So, over the past weekend, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, also known as E3, happened, and boy, what a whirlwind it was. There were so many amazing announcements about what video game companies and developers have been hard at work on, but of course, with so many amazing announcements comes even more spectacular disappointment. Roll the intro. Dally, you are the intro. That's right, Geposo Kitchen Crew. I'm your host, Dally, and welcome back to Dally's Saucy Fridays, where we cover the hottest trends and information this side of the Pecos. Thank you very much for clicking that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to find out when I make new videos. Man, oh man, are you in for a treat today? Over the past weekend, we had some huge announcements from even huger companies announcing some awesome games coming our way over the next 2 years to 2023. We had Xbox, Gearbox, Bethesda, Capcom, and more announcing some amazing treats they had in store for us.
Dally, weren't Square Enix and Nintendo there too?
They sure tried to be. The weekend had officially started off with Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest. That's right, the man, the myth, the shirt and suit jacket legend is at it again, hosting his very own showcase. At the Summer Games Fest, there were honestly some really stellar announcements. And of course, they had to start the show with an absolute banger. The first announcement came directly from what Gearbox has been working on post Borderlands 3, and that is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That's right. From the team that brought you Borderlands comes a brand new Borderlands IP called Wonderlands, this time with a twist. The game is set in a role-playing fantasy adventure very similar to D&D, which of course totally makes sense because one of the characters they showcased looks exactly like Matt Mercer, and as far as I'm concerned, you can't have D&D without that dude right there. And on top of a Matthew Mercer lookalike, the actual cast is just as amazing. They have Andy Samberg, Tina Fey, Will Arnett, Ashley Burch reprising her role as Tiny Tina, and of course, fan favorite Her Majesty. But Stallion! Needless to say, I'm very excited for this upcoming game, and I hope I get to play it with all of you. The next major announcement was from the living legend and creator of Metal Gear Standing, Hideo Kojima, where he had this to share. That's right, there's going to be a Death Stranding Walking Simulator Deluxe Director's Cut coming at you soon. After that came an incredibly cringy interaction between two legends. Let me ask you, what happens when you put two Jeffs in a room?
Joffrey or Geoff or I think it's Jeffrey. Hey, maybe it's Jeff.
That is what happens. So besides Jeff Goldblum, as amazing as he is, being incredibly cringy, they had an announcement that they were going to release a brand new, terrible Jurassic Park Evolution that had somehow found a way to be developed. Yay! And of course, with that, you always have other games trying to shoehorn a little bit of information in, and that did not fail because you had Overwatch 2 and Paladins, for some reason, still trying to stay relevant, despite, I don't know, everybody leaving Blizzard, and who even plays Paladins? Who plays it? Is it you? Jimmy? Stop it. Put the game down. Let it die. Please. Besides all of those major company announcements, there were of course a few honorable mentions that I'd like to give a shout out to. Annapurna Interactive, probably my favorite studio. Besides the brand new 12 Minutes game they're making, they showcased a new game called Solar Ash, which saw you freaking riding a flying giant bone skeleton creature in the middle of a fantasy world. Yes, please give me that game now. Like, I love it when indie games are able to, like, you know what? No other major studio has given us a game where we can just suddenly be on the back of a winged creature recently. We should do it. And I'm like, yes, more power to you, Annapurna. Besides that, there were no really other important announcements from Summer Games Fest, except for maybe freaking Elden Ring. That's right, Elden Ring has finally been officially announced, and the game looks incredible. The scenery looks great, and I can't wait to totally rage at how hard this game is more than likely trying to be. Next up, we had Xbox and Bethesda kick off on Sunday with some absolutely amazing announcements. Before I even begin to tell y'all what Xbox and Bethesda brought to the table, I was personally very excited because of all the studios Xbox has been purchasing lately to add to their Xbox game studios, and of course with the new partnership with Bethesda, I was super excited. And of course, they did not disappoint me. Hands down, before I even begin to tell y'all, they were my favorite showcase of E3. Definitely. Hands down. Let's get into it. So first up to bat, Bethesda had the audacity to unveil an entirely new IP they've been working on called Starfield. While we didn't get to see much about the game, I love space. I love space a ton, and I'm super excited to get into this game. After that, they moved on to probably my second most favorite upcoming video game, Back 4 Blood. From the creators of Left 4 Dead and that other game that we're definitely not going to mention, comes a brand new zombie horde fighting adventure featuring a bunch of zombie hordes and some crazy looking monsters. I'm definitely going to be playing this one day one, and I hope you'll join me. It also, hilariously enough, releases only 5 days before my birthday. Happy birthday to me. After that came an incredibly unexpected announcement. After I swore off the game, Sea of Thieves has the audacity to introduce none other than the pirate legend himself, Captain Jack Sparrow. And as a lover of all things pirates, the collaboration is super enticing to me, and it may be the one reason I'll have to come back to this game. Because I mean, honestly, I've always felt that with Sea of Thieves, despite how fun it is of being a pirate simulator, I always wished it had a story. And I feel like, honestly, tying in Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the most known IPs of pirates, I think this one's going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be an absolute win for Rare, an absolute win for Team Xbox. Another game that really caught my eye was a new game called Somerville, set for release in 2022. While there's still not much known about this game, the trailer follows a family navigating how to survive after aliens begin to invade their home. As a lover of things creepy and mysterious, definitely going to be all over that game. Then came the greatest trailer and probably winner of E3, Halo Infinite, and in order to properly show you how excited I am, I'm going to show you this reaction from my Twitch stream. Oh, look at you go, Chief. You're so big and green. Look, it's Chief. It's Chief. Oh, give me new Halo. Give it to me. Give me more Halo. Give me more Halo. Give it to me. We don't need time. We just need Master Chief. This is all we need. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at Master Chief go. Yes. Look at this. Some of y'all may not know me, but you will know the name Dally by the time this game is over. Halo Infinite is finally releasing this holiday, and I could not be more excited. They took the time that they needed to get that game looking and working properly, and I'm super excited. And with the fact that the multiplayer is going to be completely free, that means I get to play with all of my friends, both on Xbox and on PC. Definitely looking forward to that. After that major announcement, there were some other really cool announcements there, such as the Diablo 2 remastered, a super cute Slime Rancher 2, a brand new SSX tricky game called Shredders, as well as a game called Atomic Heart, which also caught my attention because it looks like a on-land BioShock with the way the game looks like it works. So I'm excited for it, as well as a new game called Replaced, which is a side-scroller that totally, I feel, gives a fresh perspective and a really cool, minute detail to both action and environment. Definitely caught my attention. However, while I am 100% excited for the announcement of Halo Infinite coming out this holiday, I definitely feel the trailer that won my heart for the entire showcase was probably Outer Worlds 2. If you haven't seen that trailer yet, it was so uncanny. It was so hilarious. Like the way they called out literally the classic tropes of, like classic game trailers. Here's the lens flare. There's a monster. Are we going to be able to fight it? Who knows? There's the main character. We ain't done with them yet. As someone who's played the first Outer Worlds, if you have not checked out the first one, definitely go give that some love. Because I feel like if you love space, if you love humor, that's all you need. Another game that has totally taken over the internet was the surprise announcement of the new vampire fighting game called Redfall, a totally paranormal adventure where a bunch of people have supernatural powers and are fighting vampires. There's also a super cute robot dog. Get him, robot dog! Get him, robot dog! It's currently slated for summer 2022, and I definitely hope it's multiplayer, so that way I get a chance to play it with all of you. So typically, you think the excitement would end with all of the current games announced, right? Wrong! Out of the 30 games Xbox had announced, 27 of those games are coming to Xbox Game Pass day one.
I say Game Pass, more like I'll pass. Haha.
Honestly, at this point, it's really hard to ignore the fact that Game Pass is the premier game subscription on the market. You can play it on your Xbox, you can play it on your PC. They're bringing it to smart TVs. And honestly, I feel Xbox knows how good Game Pass is, and all they keep doing is they keep sprinkling more and more sugar on top to just keep the gamers coming, And here I am just going, more, More, give me more. And then, just when you think it's over, Xbox pulls out one last supple gift from its bag. Oh, is there more? Or is it just playing it for the first time in Xbox history? There you go, Master Chief. A new system that leaves others cold. Xbox Series X. The fridge. No, the fridge! The fridge! I want the fridge! I'm buying the fridge, y'all. That's right. The Mad Lads are finally doing it. They're releasing the Xbox Fridge Edition. Leave the competition cold and my wallet empty this holiday. I'm going to be buying that. You will see it. I will use it every day. I will put so many weird things in it. I don't know why I said that. I'm going to leave that part out. After the amazing announcements Xbox and Bethesda had to share with us, Square Enix, they tried. Honestly, the best announcement and probably only really good announcement that came from Square Enix was the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy game coming out from Eidos Montreal. Honestly, the game looks absolutely fantastic. The characters look great. There's a cool team dynamic effect. It has a really good RPG feel to it where you get to change the story yourself. There's a combat system where you get to level up. Unfortunately, it's a single player adventure where you get to play as Star-Lord. Honestly, I love Star-Lord. However, I'd love to be able to like play with my other friends and maybe have them be Drax, Rocket, Gamora, you name it. I feel like that was probably a missed opportunity. Honestly, I feel like the announcement itself was amazing. I think it was honestly a little too long. Like they kept the game going and then literally everything after that was just Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy. Coming soon. And don't forget about chaos. There was so much chaos. That guy had a hard-on for chaos.
We're here to kill chaos.
After the disappointment Square Enix had to share with us, Nintendo had to step in on Monday and say, you know what, Square Enix, don't worry. We got your back. Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo. I was all set to co-stream the event, right? Like I was about to go live. I was about to make all of my announcements, right? I had my screen share ready directly from Nintendo Direct's YouTube page to make sure it was okay. Then they did the worst atrocity they could possibly done. They tweeted. They had the nerve to say that absolutely no creator was allowed to co-stream the event. Of course, there were some huge streamers who went out and streamed it anyway, or at least tried to find loopholes. However, as a budding young content creator that no one absolutely cares about enough to save my content from getting struck down from the almighty gods, that is Nintendo, I was not going to take that risk. On top of that, I'm not even really sure why they didn't want people to co-stream the event. I mean, all they had to show was trailers, which of course, they had some totally awesome trailers. You know, they had Super Metroid Dread, which is awesome because after 19 years of not having a side-scrolling Metroid, I've been looking for something to have a little bit more portable that kind of scratches that itch. I don't understand why. I mean, you know what? Yes, it was super cool that you're bringing Kazuya from Tekken to Super Smash Bros. That's awesome. And you actually are making a Breath of the Wild 2, which I'm still kind of confused about because while I haven't played the game, I know at the end you beat the Calamity, but I'm assuming they're gonna have some sort of reason for why we're still in this world, right? I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it plays out, right? But honestly, I'd have to say my favorite announcement was definitely Monster Hunter Stories 2. While I know Monster Hunter is still a lesser favorited IP, personally, I love Monster Hunter. And while I have not played the first one, having seen the fact that you can ride all of these wonderful monsters fills my heart with glee. Just look at them riding that freaking Tigrex. Look at it go. All in all, no matter what we think about all of these upcoming games, we definitely have to give it to all of the companies, the game developers, the producers, and everybody else involved that have been working throughout the past year to be able to have all of this to provide us with in this showcase without a hitch. It was absolutely inspiring to see how hard people have been able to work. And honestly, it was amazing. I didn't see a lot of leaks before any of these showcases, and there were some huge announcements. Like it's a wonder nobody leaked Elden Ring. Nobody leaked Breath of the Wild 2. People were like, what's gonna happen? We don't know. We have hopes for things. We have hopes for Bayonetta 3. None of us really knew what was coming. That right there was honestly amazing. So thank you very much for everything you've done for us gamers, content creators, and everything in between. Thank you very much for all of your hard work. That being said, thank you everybody so much for watching this latest Dally Saucy Fridays. I hope you enjoyed my take on all of these showcases, as well as seeing my reactions taken directly from my Twitch streams over at twitch.tv/DallySauce. I've been streaming all of these showcases all weekend and talking with my community. Give it a follow to know when I go live next. We stream cooking, video games, and anything else interesting in between. So definitely expect me to be streaming a majority of these brand new games as they release. But of course, please let me know what you thought about these showcases. Which one was your favorite? Which game do you wish I would have covered? Let me know down in the comments below, and please ring that ringy little bell to know when I make a brand new video. All right, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Stay saucy out there. Adios.
Joffrey or Geoff or sorry, I think it's Jeffrey. Hey, maybe it's Jeff.